Um, Also, I love to throw a frog. I don't know how many of you guys in here work a spro frog or whatever kind of hollow body frog you like. My favorite is the spro frog. I rigged this on straight braid. 50-pound braid works for me because I like to do things with the frog that, I put it in really tight places where other people might tend to overlook. And it takes a lot of practice to get really good at it. I don't feel I'm as good as I can be, as I want to be. I spend a lot of time on the water cursing. I got some choice words that you might hear on the day of fishing with me. But that's because I'm trying to put this thing in places that are just like, Tim was with me. We went out one day, he's like, did you just put that in there? Yeah, it's in there, man. Isn't that something? Look at that, And I like to be able to work the frog way back in those really tight places without moving it far at all. So what I try to do, I always put my rod tip down. I pitch it in there, and this is important too. A lot of with my pitching motion, when I'm pitching and flipping, like punching mats and stuff, my bait will be basically equal to the distance from the rod tip to the reap. And that's how I pitch my baits, and it goes in like that. With the frog, it's different. With the frog, I'm trying to bring the trajectory low. I'm trying to stay a little ways away from the targets, and I'm trying to bring that frog in low and fast. So what works for me is I bring the frog down a little bit. I can't do it in here because I don't have anywhere to put the rod tip. On the deck of a boat, it's a lot different. You can have that rod tip down close to the water, which is exactly where I like it. And so when I release it, it zings and it goes in exactly where sometimes exactly where I want it to go. But that's what I'm trying to accomplish with this rod. This is a short rod. If I'm heaving spro frogs across stuff like this on Okeechobee or anywhere I have that kind of stuff, I'm going to fish this on a flipping stick, a big stout rod, and I'm just going to heave it as far as I can, and I'm trying to work, all these spots that are way, way over here. But, in tules and where you're fishing up close and you're up close and personal with these fish, this is a 6/8 heavy action rod, and this really works great for me. I can put it in places where it's really, a lot of people can't get it. And once it's in there, you get it. With this short rod, you can keep the rod tip down and just do little twitches, and you can make that frog just sit there and quiver. And that's all it does. It just sits there and it just shakes, and boom, we got some videos. We'll be showing that here in a little bit.